Hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel Curiosity Rocks, and this video is an update on my mental health because I sort of missed my very lightly penciled in weekly schedule for doing my videos, like my toy reviews and random stuff, because I got sick. Well, first of all, I think I sort of caught a little bit of a cold kind of bug from my dad, who's been a little bit ill, but he's feels a lot better now. But then I had a whole day where I forgot to eat, so I woke up basically fainting, and then I had a really bad night where I was sort of hallucinating lots of body aches and hallucinating that fact that might be a good idea to rip out my eyeball and eat it because I was hungry, which obviously is extremely not advisable. At first I thought it had been a whole night, but then I looked at the iPad clock and it said 1:30 and I had a crisis again. So I had a really horrible night of trying to sleep and sort of rolling around on the bed in pain while I had a headache, so that was the pain bit. And I see now that I was sort of hallucinating the situation to be a bit worse than it was, because I had a headache and a cold, and I was calling for my mum a lot. But I managed to get to about 6:30 in the morning, where I sort of bottom shuffled myself down the stairs and managed to get to my mum's bedroom, and then it was okay then because I'd alerted my mum, and then she was looking after me. But I was scared because physically I was ill, but psychologically it sort of, I had the feeling like I had when before, few years ago before I started sertraline, but I read an account on Blurt It Out, the Blurt It Foundation, that says about a woman in her depression, and said felt like her brain went on a holiday, and I related to that because it feels like the person inside who's running everything, who's looking after everything, goes away, and then it's scary. And this happened before I started on sertraline really bad. I used to have it started at home, where I don't know how it started, but I do, because one of the ones it started when I was in my bathroom, and it was like these grey clouds were behind my head, and they was coming closer and closer to grab me, and that's how it started. And then I think another started where my boyfriend was leaving after a visit and he sort of fainted. So that's how that one started. And then other ones, which I'm still not sure about, was at the Freud Museum, but I don't know whether I got food poisoning. But we all had a load of pizza the day before, and everybody was all diving in to touch all the pizza and all the dips and things. And I thought, I don't know, maybe it's food poisoning, but everybody else was completely fine. And I got through the first night fine, and we got to the Freud Museum garden hanging out with my dad. I was fine. But then as soon as we go to the bit where Freud's sofa is, I started getting ill. And what used to happen when I got ill, like when it surprised me, I'd lose my vision. Vision would go in one eye, and then slowly it'd start to go, and then my body would sort of feel drifty and wobbly, but this time I actually lost consciousness, because the times before I just got really weak and then was vomiting lots, but this time I blacked out eventually. But I did read the gift shop even though I wasn't consciously there. So I've got to have all this stuff from the gift shop. But I don't know what happened there. I don't know if it was the sunlight outside and then going into the museum. I just don't know what the trigger was, because I thought maybe it was food poisoning, but I woke up, got through the night fine, I woke up fine. I think if it's food poisoning, then you usually feel shit pretty soon after you ate the food, and everybody else was fine. But anyway, I blacked out and woke up at my brother's, and it was awful. I don't know what time it was, and I was like a vomiting machine, and it was horrible. And then eventually it came to be morning, and I was so thin. When I got home, I looked in the mirror and was like, whoa, who's that? That's not me. I was like, so thin. It's like, it all came out. And apparently I'd been ranting about stuff. So that sort of time, and then one time it was at Cheshire Oaks and I was in the crowd just going between the shops, and I lost my vision, and then I managed to get to the car. Then Mum and Dad decided we should go to Llandudno, even though I was really ill. I was trying to tell them that I was ill. So I vomited all the way back on my really good Captain Jack style coat, Captain Jack Harkness coat. So I was really disappointed, because I get when I'm sick, well, I didn't really want to wear it much after that. It got dry cleaned, but so I was really disappointed, because that was my really nice Captain Jack Harkness coat. So I've always been like scared of why I got sick these times, and I've tried to bring it up with the doctor like a few years ago when they was testing for my early menopause. I tried to bring it up and say, yeah, we don't need to know that. It's like, well, I want to talk about it, and like it just got dismissed. And I got my autism diagnosis last year, and that was brilliant. I've never understood what my mental health problems are, because what happened last week, it was really good, because a real good friend on Twitter replied to me, because I tweeted when I was sort of panicking, and she's really good, and she replied to me, so that helped a lot. So I was really not sort of drifted off in my head until a Saturday when it was new. See, I don't know what days are now. We're on Friday now. I guess it was on a Tuesday then, because we had pancakes. So what happened was, this is a gross bit now, I had a really big cough, and it was like a mucus explosion, and it was like, but it was really loud, and it was like mucus. And then I felt like the kiddie fun part of me just had come back in that explosion. So that was kind of gross but weird, and kind of like a relief, because like the kiddie part of me came back at a mucus explosion, and everything, all the colours came back, because when I've been ill, all the colours, everything's like faded, and what I like toys and fun stuff, it was just all faded. But there was like a cough and mucus explosion in my head, and the kiddie me came back, and then eventually so that was okay. by Tuesday, and then the rest of the days today I've been trying to get through my sore throat, which is getting better now. So that's why I sort of missed my sort of weekly schedule. But it's hard to keep on a track because I don't like to prepare my videos too much. But as I've been saying, I have not really had any help with solving what my mental health issues are, because when with my autism life was, I didn't know I was autistic, and Mum and Dad didn't think of it until I was 17 when they saw a documentary about it and they thought that was a bit like me. So whenever I had a meltdown or got upset, I love my mum, but whenever I had a meltdown or got upset, it was like there was a meltdown coming at me. So it was like two meltdowns together, and it was a big explosion, and it didn't go well. And so that's always upset me for many years. But eventually, thanks to going to Artscape and meeting lots of other autistic people, it's sort of come to understanding. But it's sort of a barrier to getting help for my mental health, because it's sort of going into the history of it, and there's sort of, and it's like, I feel like blocked, like I'm not allowed to really say much because I might upset people, and it's really upsetting because when I find like people who are really good and really listen, Mum says that, oh, she's scared of them, I think, because she's scared of them judging her. And it's like they turn into like sort of monsters because they might judge, but then I can't express myself. So it's really hard to understand what my mental health issues are, and there's that. And then there's also on the inside of my head, there's I don't know which is the true voice inside my head regarding finding out what my mental health is, because there's like the true voice is reading things, and there's the impulsive voice just trying to attach onto people. Sorry, my camera is... I think my camera's trying to get used to doing videos again because I've been away for a while. Anyway. Sorry. So, I just want a day, like, where I could just get out my, like, because I have these, like, there's these things called blob cards, and they're like these figures that are like blob people, and they're doing different actions, and I can describe how I feel about things with those cards. And I just wish I could just explain what particularly happened in my background regarding my mental health, and then somebody will give me some answers. But you don't get that because you go to the doctor, and because he's a general doctor, he doesn't really know what to say or what to do. And even though he's a very nice person, he doesn't know what to say or do. There should be, what I think, as well as general practitioners, there should be mental health practitioners where you can go to the mental health doctor, like you go to the GP, and then they can help you. So it's really hard because I don't know. And then, because I tried to research what my mental health thing might be, but then you get the thing, I've am I imitating, or is my impulsive side, or sort of my imitation side just imitating because there's people, because that is a way to find friends and comfort. That's what is hard. So it's hard to figure out what the true thing is. So if it'd be nice to be able to just lay out the facts of what has happened to me in the past without the pressure to hide everything, or make sure that everybody's comfortable and not scared and happy to try and find solutions to things and not try and hide stuff. That's what I want. But it's really hard to talk to the GP, because then you get a different person. You can see this person now, and then you go away and said, oh, the education's like, oh, that person was nice, wasn't he? Oh, he was brilliant. And then the next time, oh, he's left now. So it's like the people you connect with, the people you really like, which there have been very, very few of, they leave after one session. It's so frustrating. The people you actually want to open up to and talk to, they leave after one session, and you have to talk to a new person who doesn't get anything. You have to go over the whole thing again and read all the notes out again, and it's so frustrating. And then we have to get used to the new person, and then they pass you off to a new person, and they pass you off to a new person. You have to say everything again. You're just getting nowhere. You're going round in circles, just repeating the exact same information, and nobody's helping. And when you do want to talk about stuff that's important, nobody wants to listen. That's why I hate it. And what I would love my life to be, I would love to be an artist, supported, but be able to earn money with it. Because that's what I want to do. I want to earn money, because that's what the government wants everybody to do, earn money, go to work, earn money. That's where but I want to be an artist, and I want my camera to respond. I want to be an artist, but I also want to be sure that I have a nice home, and that that I have somebody who wants to, maybe sort of like a boyfriend or something, maybe a relationship, but that, so I don't have to be scared in the middle of a world that's just really scary. That's what I get scared about. But the government, it makes me angry, because there's this whole planet of beauty. Well, first of all, there's the horrible people who just want to destroy everything. I don't know why they want to destroy everything. I wish you could do a magic wish, and that everybody would just talk what they want and why they believe things and how they can be happy, and that everybody can just be happy like that. But I don't get why people have to destroy things, because they're not gaining anything. They're just gaining more people who destroy things. They're just gaining more and more people who hate them. They're not getting respect or anything, just more and more people hate them because they keep destroying things. So I don't know why they want to destroy stuff. And if they believe that something made the beautiful earth, why do they want to destroy the beautiful earth that whoever they believe that they made? If they love that belief so much, then they believe that person created that earth, then surely they'd want to make it as wonderful and beautiful as possible to please the person, the thing, or whatever that they love. So why do they want to destroy things? I don't get it. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't think they even know why they're doing it. Just wish people want to destroy things. So annoying. So annoying as stupid world. But there are good things in the world, that regular show. It's a new cartoon that I really like. It's called Regular Show and it's awesome. I've really forgotten now what I'm saying. Sorry, I've forgotten what I'm saying now. So that's what happened last week, and I just would love help to understand my brain. I get to do a goodie box opening video now. So, I love you all, I love you everybody, and you're all awesome, and everybody should have love. And all love each other and be nice. And everything should have love. So that was my update video. I'm not sure what the date is. This is some February something. Well, Saturday was Saturday Valentine's Day. So I think this is 20th of February 2015. So that's my update message. I love you all. You're all amazing. Yay! I love you too, Sloth. I love you too, Sloth. Hello, Sloth. Anyway, thank you for watching. Yay, love you.